Most men believe that strength means doing life alone, that admitting weakness, asking for help, or relying on others is a sign of a weakness, a sign that you're a lesser man. But what if that's a complete lie? What if the opposite is true? What if believing that is actually making you weaker? Hi, my name is Nick Clooney. If you haven't been here before, I'm the host of the Hey Brother podcast. I'm also a Catholic psych mentor and partner and have my own practice called Crafter for More, which helps men become the men that they're created to be, breaking free from isolation, living with purpose, and becoming who God's created them to be. So where does this idea come from that real men don't need help? In today's culture, I think we believe this machoism. At least we hear about it. Maybe we don't believe it, but we see it out there where men are just hitting the gym and they're muscle heads. And like this has been challenged over the recent years by a lot of gender studies. And it's almost like there's this complete opposite reaction. It's like, well, either we get this like macho version of masculinity or we get this, we got to destroy gender. And like, is there really an in-between place? I think that's where we get stuck in this like idea of like, as men, do we actually allow ourselves to ask for help? Because on one hand, we have to have the strength. We have to, have the car, get the girls, go to the gym. On the other hand, if we're listening to pop psychology on another side, it's like, maybe gender doesn't even exist. Maybe I'm not even a man. And like, what are we left to believe in? Another aspect of this that makes it confusing is that like isolation in today's world is seen as strength. How many times have you heard, oh, he's a self-made man? Oh, he pulls himself up by his bootstraps. Why is that something that we praise? Why is trying to be self-sufficient something that we are like really encouraging people to be, when it actually leads to burnout, addiction, and anxiety? How does this connect? Why does that make sense? It's because when we are putting all the weight on our shoulders, when it's only me, when it's me versus the world, I get super stressed out. And how do I handle that stress? Do I turn to alcohol? Do I turn to porn? Do I turn inward on myself and create all these anxieties, have all these unrealistic expectations for myself? No, like being a self-sufficient man, being a self-made man, actually has a lot more detriment than harm. Now, don't get me wrong. It's good to have agency in life. And that's what I talked about in last week's video on Monday, where like, yes, we need to take agency. But at the same time, we can have this ownership of life while we're also welcoming other men into our life to help us become more who God's made us to be.
So when we talk about real strength, what do we mean by real strength? We mean leaning into relationship. That's how we actually have true strength in our lives. The reality is we're built for relationship, and I don't think we understand that enough. I think we try as men in particular to live it by ourselves. The lone wolf syndrome is so characteristic of the way we live our lives. And that's something that I know I fall victim to, where I don't want to admit my weaknesses. I don't want to lean into other people's lives to actually get strength from them, right? But that's what we need. Like, no man is truly self-sufficient. We all need brothers in our lives. We all need people who are going to push us, who are going to challenge us, but also support us, also give us affirmation, also help us like become more fully who we're called to be. And, we can't do that alone. And that's something that if you take away from anything from this video is that like, we need other people to be successful. We need other people to help us actually live meaningful, fulfilling lives.
If we think about Christ and his disciples, that's like one area where we could really get this right, where like, what did he do? He created a community of brotherhood among the disciples. I mean, there were sisters, there was women as well in his life. But ultimately it was like 12 men who became the first priest of the church. And that brotherhood is what changed the world. It's what changed lives. It's what's continued to change lives. And that's because Jesus, who was God, knew he needed other people. He wanted to have other people. I mean, he could have done it by himself, but there's something better about doing it in like collaboration with other people, with his disciples. And he saw that. Can we see that? Can we see that as men, that we need others? And especially like when we go out on mission,
Mission is so fulfilling in our lives. Mission gives us meaning, gives us purpose, but we can't do it alone. Like, they went out in groups of two. Paul always had a companion. There was always this need for brotherhood. And that's like something that, we can't underestimate. It's not weakness. It's not a cop out to lean on a brother. It's actually where our greatest strength lies. And that's what I want to offer you guys today as you're listening to this video. Is like, brotherhood is not a weakness. It is not us licking our wounds, but it's actually us living out the greatest call to a great strength that we have. What I really want to challenge everyone listening to think about now at the end of this video is, what's holding you back from choosing brotherhood? What's holding you back from like vulnerably entering into an experience of like actually getting the help that you need to become the man that you're called to be? Is it opportunity? If it's opportunity, if that's merely it, which for many of us, that's not the case, but sometimes it is. Like, check out our group that we have here on every YouTube channel, but YouTube video I sent is like an invite to the Discord group that we have. Check it out. Come be a part of that community and like get real brotherhood. Or is it like something more internal? That's where I really want to invite you to check out my practice, craftformore.com, where I can walk with you, help you see like what is it that's getting me in the way of me actually being able to experience real authentic brotherhood, real authentic relationship. And it's not just a plug to say like, yeah, here's a service that Nick's offering, but it's like, no, like, what do you actually need? Is it mentorship? Is it counseling? Is it spiritual direction? What is it? Like, that is what I want you to leave you with in this short video, the short episode of the Hey Brother podcast is like, what do you need and how are you going to get it? like if there's something getting in the way, I want to help you see what that is and not just see it, but overcome it and help you become more who God's created you to be.
If you feel like you're doing life alone, I promise you, you don't have to. Real strength isn't proving you can survive by yourself. Real strength is standing shoulder to shoulder with other men who are going to make you better. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this has been a blessing to you and you want more content like this, I want you to go ahead and subscribe. Comment below too. Talk to other men on this channel and share it out there with brothers, either in real life or on social media. It's great to have you here, and we'll catch you next week. God bless.